Hello, hello. Welcome to Reading Time. My name's Time, and this week we're reading The Jolly Postman by Janet and Allan Ahlberg. Let's get to reading. The Jolly Postman by Janet and Allan Ahlberg is a children's picture book about a postman or mailman who is delivering letters and other mail to fairy tale creatures. This book is interactive and dynamic in that each time the postman is delivering mail, on the opposite page it will look like the outside of an envelope, and then when you turn the page it will look like the inside, and there's actually the pieces of mail inside. These pieces of mail vary in content and in size. For example, this one is going to the Wicked Witch, and it's an advertisement for various witch-related products. One of my favorite pieces of mail, though, that is delivered is this little letter from the Pied Piper, or Peter Piper, to Cinderella, basically saying that they are hoping to publish a book about her life very soon, and they hope that she enjoys the copy they've included. This letter to Cinderella also contains its own little book that has its own little illustrations and stuff like that. It even has a full-on copyright page, copyright of the two authors, published by Peter Piper Press. It also even has an ISBN number, which, if you're not familiar with ISBN, that's basically just an identification code for books, and it has a little price tag at the bottom as well. Now, I am a really big fan of interactive books, or books that kind of break the traditional mold, especially for young children's books, as I really think that it helps to get the younger reader or the child being read to interact with the book and to be an active participant in that reading experience. As such, I am giving this book 5 stars. I think that it is a really fun and enjoyable book, and is definitely one that I would recommend. There is just a little bit of mild content to be aware of in this book. In the advertisement for the Wicked Witch, there is an advertisement for Little Boy Pie Mix, indicating violence toward children. There is also substance usage seen in that same advertisement for the Wicked Witch. There is an ad for a pill called Witcho, which they call a pick-me-up. I would assume that it would be a sort of prescription medication or some sort of natural remedy sort of thing, but still, that is something to be aware of. And then there is some other substance usage when the postman drinks champagne that is offered to him when he is delivering the mail to Cinderella and the prince. And then he continues making his deliveries. It says that he's a little wobbly driving away, so he might be a little drunk on his way to the other deliveries. Even so, with these mild pieces of content, I would say that this book, interest level wise, is going to be kindergarten to 3rd grade. You definitely could read it younger. I would just be careful with reading it to younger kids, especially if you're giving them the book, because those interactive elements, those smaller texts, are going to be easy to tear and rip. So if you want to keep those pieces pristine and held together, then it would perhaps be better to just read it to the child, or if you are going to give it to the reader, make sure that they're old enough to not be tearing it up. As I said, this book is interactive, and because its main focus is on the mail, I think that it would be a good opportunity to talk about letters and writing letters, and basically how to do that. I think it would also be a good opportunity to talk about different types of mail and to focus on the idea of audience and writing to an audience, as well as purpose. What is the purpose of the writing piece? For example, an advertisement is going to have a different purpose than a birthday card or than a letter to a friend. So I think there's some flexibility there in talking about different types of writing purposes and different types of audiences. This week's poster square is near the top. It's right here on the third row, and it is a nice envelope to represent those letters and mail that are being sent in the book. Let me know what you think of the Jolly Postman in the comments below. We actually have already done a review for another book by Janet and Allan Ahlberg. That book is Each Peach Pear Plum. Feel free to check out my review for that book as well. If you are not already, feel free to subscribe to the channel and follow me on Facebook or Instagram for updates about what I'm reading. And as always, I hope that you have a marvelous week and a wonderful read.